start to work for me. Please whisper I love her. Tell her wait for me. It seems so good now. How I miss her arms around me. So I will make her wait for me. You have wings, you know. I'll let you go almost every night. Loneliness can overshadow
Okay, folks, sorry if you're standing in the line to come up to the family. Can you guys go please take your seat because they said they gotta go pee and stuff like that. So thank you. And just a reminder, there are seats available up in the social hall. If there's no more seats left in the church here.
I go north, south, east, west, sideways. Lay on my bed to breakfast. Feels so strange. Feeling so apathetic. It's such a strain. So much to do, and I feel lost again. Yes, I'm lost. Yes, I'm lost again. Lost again. You be my friend. Breathe. Sleepy eyes and we can't get away. How about we take the chance and run away and get lost? We can run away, run away. What do you say? Can accommodate the world today. Lines are drawn along the way. How far can I stay over? Well, it seems so long I've tried and tried. It only makes more things to hide. I know, get much older. Pick up the tracks I'm leaving. Oh, hello. Back on earth again. It was sweet. Take such a short vacation. Where is the beach? I just got back from being lost again. Yes, I'm lost. Yes, I'm lost again. Yes, I'm lost, my friend. Yeah, I'm lost again. Yes, I'm lost. What does it cost? try to understand our foolish plan. What do I do? What do I do? Don't neglect the one you love. What do I do? What do I do? Tell them that you love her. What do I do? What do I do? Don't destroy your faith in you. What do I do? Mama is just a cloudy haze, just like the LA freeway. No matter how long it takes, I'm going light a man over land sorry. Life below, could he know he's flying over Mallory? Natural high makes him sigh to know that he's so free. And he's smiling down at me.
Good afternoon. On behalf of the family, I would like to express our gratitude to you all in coming together to remember and celebrate the life of Lawrence Farinas. I'm Kevin Nakamoto, Larry's brother-in-law. A couple of housekeeping items before we begin. Please silence your cell phones. And if you haven't figured it out already, the restrooms are across. They're outside in that two-story building, outside of the sanctuary area. It's great to see so many familiar faces, family and friends, and I think I recognize a lot of the flight attendants that I've seen on my flights and in the instructional videos at the beginning of the flight. But before we begin today's program, I'd like to ask something of you all individually, is to just take a moment and think of a memory that you had with Larry. So my memory of Larry is just having drinks with him in his kitchen, and we would be drinking out of the tiki cups, and end of every night would be ended with dancing around the island in the kitchen to Genghis Khan. It was a blast. But I think it is safe to say that everyone here had a similar memory of Larry. He was so vibrant and full of life. And those qualities gave him a magnetic personality that is embodied in all of you here today. Make no mistake about it, you know, there will be many tears shed today, but because of the size of the community that has grown around Larry, we can all take comfort in each other. So we will spend the next hour hearing from Larry's loved ones, sharing their personal stories. We will be serenaded by heartfelt music and joined together in prayer. As I mentioned earlier, there will be a second viewing and a chance to talk to the family after the formal program is finished. And then we'll follow with lunch in the social hall upstairs. We will now join together in prayer, led by Kahu Kenneth Makua Kane from Kwai Hau Church.
Aloha mai kako, aloha. We hold on to memories as though they are only things that define us, when we truly are defined by our character. And hope does not disappoint, because the love of Keakua has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit who's given it to us. So let's set aside every world concern right now as we come before God for this celebration of life. Eho malukako, let us pray. E Keakua manalo, we come before you with solemn reverence and humility as we honor the life and memory of Lawrence Farinas. You alone are God, and you are our refuge from generation to generation, our strength in sorrow and our peace in our hour of grief. We thank you for your living word, which is a light that guides us through darkest valleys and assures us of your steadfast love. So we entrust now Larry to your eternal care. We are grateful for the gift of his life, for the love he gave, for the joy he shared with all of us who knew him. May we find comfort in knowing that your love for him was present from the beginning and remains everlasting. We lift before you his beloved family. Surround them now with your compassion. Be near to them, for their hearts are heavy and weary, and their loss feels greater than words can express. Let your mercy hold on to them. Let your presence steady them, and let your peace keep their hearts and minds to you. Where there is farewell, grant the assurance of your everlasting love, and bless this time of remembrance, and draw us nearer to you as we entrust all that we are into your loving hands. So we ask you to consecrate this service and bless every word that's spoken, every song that's offered, every tribute remembered, and every tear that is shed. Let all that is done in this sacred place be worthy of the life that we honor today. We commend all of this to you in the reverence and trust. Makaino o kiki hiva hiva. Amene, amene, amene.
Bo Farinas, the son of Larry, will now deliver the eulogy. Alrighty, hello everybody. Lawrence Cabanilla Farinas, or as he was better known by family and friends, Larry, was born May 5th, 1963, to Lucio and Felicidad Farinas in Honolulu. They lived in Wanalua Gardens, but Dad spent most of his time in Kalihi near his parents' dry cleaning business, Standard Cleaners. In the afternoons, Dad would study in the shop or skateboard around the neighborhood. Our Auntie Sandy said that as a kid, Dad was a good boy, not too rambunctious, and always concerned if someone in the family got hurt. He attended St. John the Baptist Catholic School and graduated from Damien Memorial High School. Even though Dad likes to act like a free spirit, we actually found out that he made the honor roll for all 4 years. So I guess he was studious too. In his earlier years, Larry worked at Gibson, Foodland Ala Moana, McCully Bike, and Long's Kaimuki. But in 1987, Larry found his calling when he joined Hawaiian Airlines. Work with Hawaiian brought him to the Seattle base, where Larry lived in Federal Way for a couple of years before returning home in 1990. As a young flight attendant, he was able to travel to Europe, where he would send postcards at various stops to his parents.
Once in Spain, he told his parents that the only thing he could order was chicken because the only word he knew was pollo. In his years as a more senior flight attendant, he enjoyed traveling to Sydney, Incheon, Tokyo, Fukuoka, and Sapporo. Larry loved to explore these cities through running or biking, enjoying their coffee, and always trying their different foods. He kept running shoes in each of these cities and even kept a snowboard in Sapporo. Being a flight attendant was a perfect job for him, for a guy like Larry. He got to spend his days exploring the world and making new friends with the crews, all while supporting his family. Larry took pride in his work, taking his time as he went down the aisle to give great service and chat with his passengers. On rainy days, he would look at the sky and say, "Oh, my poor passengers," thinking about their vacations being spoiled by bad weather. That was the kind of guy that Dad was. He was always thinking of others. For 39 years, Larry remained with Hawaiian Airlines until his passing and was a member of the junior-senior crew, old but not too old. When he started at Hawaiian, he was number 438 in seniority, and his goal was to break 200, which he just achieved recently, ending his career at 199 out of about 2,000 flight attendants. In 1984, Larry met Celeste, my mother, while he was at UH Manoa's business club, ABX. They started as friends, but years later, when Dad was living in Seattle, he started calling Mom up every time he was in town. Mom said she thought that Dad was handsome, but didn't act like a handsome guy. He was sweet, you know? Dad said he fell for Mom because she was a cute Japanese girl and because she laughed at all of his jokes. They got married in 1992 and have been happily married for 30 years, going on infinity. Dad and Mom have not only loved each other, but they have really liked each other all these years. I think they get along because they're both seriously dedicated to the people in their lives, but never forget to find the fun along the way. Larry was a devoted husband. He would quietly take care of little things like cleaning my mom's tennis shoes, and instead of mentioning it, he would wait for her to discover it and be surprised. Always game for an adventure, the two of them were an unstoppable duo, running flower holidays, hosting at the house, and being involved with all their kids' activities. Later in their marriage, they enjoyed hunting down the best croissant in town, and Larry took Celeste to Japan many times to relax in ryokans. In their whirlwind of a life, I think my dad most loved quiet moments with Mom, bringing coffee upstairs every morning to share while they got ready for the day. That's how my dad's devotion was as a husband. Through both big and small everyday moments, my dad was thoughtful, generous, and loving. In 1991, Larry and Celeste had their first son, my brother Reese, and Larry started his next big journey in life, being a really great father. As a dad, he was someone who took care of so much, but had a knack for thinking about what we might need and take care of that for us before we even needed to ask for help. For someone who did so much for his family, he never made it look hard, and he always had a smile on his face. Their young family spent their time in the apartment attached to Grandpa Lucio and Grandma Philly's house. In 1995, Dad and Mom bought their first home, a 2-bedroom apartment in Salt Lake, and that same year, I was born. Even in the crowded apartment, we had a lot of fun and made lots of great memories. I remember that Dad, when he would leave for work, we'd all give him hugs at the door, and then we would run across the apartment to the balcony where we'd wait for his motorcycle or gold truck to appear. As he drove by, we would all wave and he would honk twice at us. Always the cool guy, we can all recall a time Dad put us on that motorcycle, and on the picture boards, there's even a picture of him and baby Reese on that exact motorcycle. My sister was born in 1998. Her name is Mia. Dad wanted to name her Waverly, but the whole family voted at a party, and they settled on the name Mia. So he just stuck with the nickname Miak Miak. From the start, my sister was a daddy's girl. The two of them went everywhere together. Her earliest memories are getting hot dogs at Costco with Dad, and even in recent years, when she came home from the mainland, they were always running errands together. They would go to Chinatown Marketplace to get ingredients for pinakbet, make deliveries for the shop, and go to the beach. Even though Larry traveled for work, it never stopped him from being a super involved dad. He was always around to support us in whatever we chose to do because he loved us for the people that we are. He chaperoned, he volunteered, and he coached. Larry and Celeste especially loved being marching band parents. With each of their kids participating, they joined along the ride for 11 consecutive years. Larry was even in charge of spirit at Mauna Loa High School. So at marching band events, you could see him blowing up hundreds of balloons, leading the crowd in cheers, and ringing that cowbell. In 2006, Larry and his family moved to Manoa with Celeste's parents, Howard and June. He took care of them as if they were his own parents, and June is always bragging to her friends that she has the best son-in-law in the world. Larry became a fixture of Manoa Valley and was always seen walking his dogs, skating around the park, going swimming, or doing yard work. In fact, a couple years ago, when you looked up our house on Google Maps, the picture of our address showed Dad shirtless in the yard with his dog Ellie. In 2020, Larry got to live out his dream of becoming a grandpa. Reese and Jamie had their first child, Olivia. Similar to Dad, Olivia spent her earlier days living in a house with her parents and her grandparents, along with great-grandma June, me, and Mia. Dad, he always wanted to be called Papa, which I think it says on the banner, but instead Olivia called him Papa Pipi Pupu. In 2024, Dad got his second grandchild, Bricky, who's also born to Reese and Jamie. Larry loved being a grandpa, and he truly brought the energy when playing with them. Mia would always say she got emotional when she saw Dad with the kids because she sees how loving he is with them, and she knows that's how he was with us. Our family has had 2 golden retrievers, Ellie, the red golden, from 2009 to 2022, and currently Penny, our mini golden, born in 2023. Dad loved his puppy children. He trained them both so well to listen to him. Dad was always seen walking his dogs out off leash, but they never ran away because they always wanted to be right next to him. Dad was the ultimate family man. He was a good father. He also was a man of many hobbies. Larry had a lifelong love for fitness and always stayed moving. He was a runner his whole life, a tennis player, a softball player too. He completed the Honolulu Marathon and the 10-man triathlon. He even enjoyed spontaneously joining races on layovers. One year, on the morning of a Honolulu Marathon, Dad happened to wake up early, so he decided to jump into the marathon starting scramble. We woke up to a selfie of him at the race hours earlier, joining in for the fun. While in Seattle, Larry took up bicycling. He told me that the guys he biked with were so fast and that he had a hard time keeping up with them. But Dad liked that kind of challenge, joining others who were better or faster, pushing himself to keep up. He also skied while living in Seattle, and he was really quite talented. He taught Reese and I on a trip to Mount Rainier, often taking off into the trees to have some dangerous fun. He later transitioned to snowboarding, something he said he would never do. He was a nonstop kind of guy. Around 2010, Dad started swimming at Manoa Pool, commenting on how slow he was compared to all these old guys there. Just recently, last year in November, I started swimming with him again, and I can confirm that Dad became one of those fast-swimming old guys. In recent years, Larry became a regular at Downtown Coffee, always stopping by after making Saturday floral deliveries. He made friends with the other regulars and looked forward to talking story with them. Always down to lend a hand and try something new, this Christmas, Larry even got to help roast the holiday blend. Larry was a man of style. Oh, my goodness, he dressed so amazing in the 80s and 90s. I didn't know that. And when he started flying to Asia, he started bringing home those cool Japanese fashion with him. One time, he even came back from a trip to Korea with a perm. That picture's on my photo board with him with all the rollers in it. Dad's taste in music is eclectic. He was adventurous even when it came to music, always listening to new albums or the odd stuff that he played on his favorite radio station, UH Manoa's KTUH. When he was young, his rebellious side liked rock and roll like Led Zepp and Pink Floyd. And on a layover to Boston, me and Dad got lucky and saw The Who play at Fenway Park. When I look back, Dad always had a sick car. He drove a 1974 BMW 2002, a BMW E30 he shipped in from Texas and quickly painted black. He owned a motorcycle while raising 3 young kids, a rusty FJ60 Land Cruiser, a sporty little Volkswagen GTI, and lastly, a Tesla Model Y. He thought black cars looked the best even with all the hardship of keeping them clean. And he always would tell Reese and I, don't buy a car, save your money and just use mine. But in fact, he did love cars, and so do Reese and I. My dad brought his own special touch to our Manoa house and made it a home. One of the ways he shared his love was through cooking. When he would go on trips for work, he never left home without making us dinner. He even taught all of us to cook. Dad and my sister were always in the kitchen together cooking. But something I noticed was that he was always prepping all the ingredients and washing all the dishes for her. So no wonder she loved cooking with Dad. As Larry's mom, our grandma, Philly, got older, he learned how to make her favorite foods so she didn't have to cook them anymore, and was always experimenting to make her pork adobo just right. He would go over every evening to have dinner with her and make sure that she got to sleep okay. He was a caring son and was always thinking about his mom and how to make her happy. Larry was always a good cook, but Mom said over the years he got really good. The dishes we will miss the most are his chili, beef stew, and his stir fries. He was kind of a mad scientist when he cooked. He'd open up the cabinets and just put a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And our family has decided to let you in on Larry's secret ingredients, Lee Kum Kee oyster sauce. He put it in everything. Dad made the kitchen the heart of our home and brought our family together there. He designed our kitchen with a giant island so that while he was cooking, we could all be gathered around him. We've spent countless nights as a family, sitting at Dad's big kitchen island, eating his food and talking story. Larry, he really enjoyed holidays. For Christmas, he would turn our house into a winter wonderland. Lights in the yard, 2 Christmas trees, our childhood ornaments strung on the wall, years of our family's Christmas cards around a wreath, garland on the window sills, and his latest favorite, the Filipino elf on the shelf. Larry and Celeste shared a love for Halloween, going all out for trick-or-treating. He hit the streets with the kids, first with us, then his niece Emma, and most recently, Brookie and Olivia. Dad made so many of our childhood costumes with cardboard and paint. Whatever we asked him we wanted to be, he made it, such as Thomas the Tank Engine or a Rubik's Cube. Larry took pride in having a beautiful yard. We live in Manoa, so it's always raining, and our yard is constantly growing, so it kept him very busy. He brought his own goofy style to it, too. If you look around our yard, it's filled with hidden treasures, such as our childhood ceramic projects, Star Wars figurines, and Happy Meal toys, like a Grimace. During COVID, Dad made the most of things, stringing up lights to make it magical. It was a great place to have a drink with him and eat some chips. We really had good times in Dad's backyard. Since my dad's yard was his pride and joy, we decided to bring it here to you guys. We brought pieces of the yard here for Dad's urn and these pillars. As we've been reflecting, Dad's yard was just like him. It's somehow wild and serene at the same time, with a little silly surprise here and there. There's always a balance there, just like how Dad would balance his diet by cutting back on white rice so he could afford himself a cold beer and chips with Mom. In his life, Larry was the kind of guy who walked more than he talked. He traveled the world, he tried new things, he kept active, stayed fit, and managed to get even more handsome in his 60s. He took care of everyone around him, friends, coworkers, family. But he never bragged about any of it and never asked for praise or recognition. In a low-key way, he was the coolest guy in the world. It was enough for Larry to be living a beautiful life, to enjoy the experiences and the experiences that the world had to offer, to care for everyone around him, to be a good man, and to be the friend, father, son, and husband that everyone needed. We miss you, Dad, and we love you.
A musical tribute will now be performed by Trisha Fujimoto and Matt Nakamoto. They'll be playing Larry and Celeste's wedding song, Nothing's Gonna Change My Love for You.
If I had to live my life without you near me, the days would all be empty. The nights would seem so long.
With you I see forever oh so clearly. I might have been in love before, but it never felt this strong.
Dreams are young and we both know.
Take us where we want to go.
Hold me now and touch me now. I don't wanna live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I never asked for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. I've changed my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for you. If the road ahead is not so easy, our love will lead the way for us, like a guiding star.
I'll be there for you if you should need me. You don't have to change a thing. I love you just the way you are.
Come with me and share the view.
I'll help you see forever too.
Hold me now, touch me now. I don't wanna live without you. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I never asked for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. The world may change my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for you.
Change my love for you. Ought to know how much I love you.
One thing you can be sure of, I never asked for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. The world might change my whole life through, but nothing's gonna change my love for. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, I never asked for more than your love. Nothing's gonna change my love for you. You ought to know by now how much I love you. One thing you can be sure of, never asked for more than your love.
Now we will be asking Delro Roscoe to come up to give some words of remembrance.
Hello, everyone. I met Larry in high school when we attended Damien together. And one of the first things I noticed about Larry was his smile. He smiled a lot. Next was his laugh, unapologetic and contagious. And he laughed pretty hard and loud. He was a goofball, and I loved him for that. Before school, we'd hang out and just talk about all kinds of things. And one day, we talked about an episode of The Muppet Show. And we both love the Swedish Chef. And I knew we would be good friends when he imitated that character. And we laughed so hard taking turns doing the voice. Over the years, we shared several classes together, and for foreign language, we both chose German. I don't know, maybe it was the closest thing to Swedish. In that class, we had to pick a German name for ourselves from our teacher, Herr Thompson. I was Dietmar, and Larry was Kurtz, which means short. Pretty funny considering Larry was tall for Filipino. We ran track together, though not the same events. Larry was a middle distance runner, running the 440 and mile relay. And I remember watching those runners train under Coach Corey, being pushed until they nearly puked. Larry said he hated track practice, but looking back, like Bo said, I think he liked pushing himself, revealing more about his character. Part of our dress code at Damien was shirt and tie. And I noticed that Larry's clothes were always nicely pressed, perfect creases. I thought, oh, this guy, he's so neat. And later found out that his parents owned a dry cleaning business. Still, Larry was neat and very particular. And he loved fashion, and appearance mattered to him. He'd inspect the clothes I wore and give nods of approval. And he always made sure that his own hair was just so, with a goody comb tucked in his back pocket. Speaking of hair, another part of Damien's dress code was that it couldn't touch your collar. Larry's hair, as you can see by his high school portrait, was often longer than that. And he may have collected a few detentions because of it. But that too was Larry, a rebellious spirit, not too big a fan of conformity, free and unapologetic. In our junior and senior years, he drove a vintage 1960 Chevy, or it could have been a Ford, but it was golden brown, little sparkly, and an absolute monster of a car. I've come to learn over the years that Larry had a deep appreciation for classic things, and that car was something he worked on himself and drove with real pride. It suited him well. As the years passed, we'd find ways to cross paths when his flights came my way or when I was near his Seattle base, and sometimes we'd run into each other in the most unexpected places, like in an elevator in Yokohama, Japan. We also had the honor of standing beside each other on some of the most important days of our lives, in each other's wedding parties. And that meant the world to me, and it said everything about the kind of friend that Larry was. We may not have connected a lot over the years, but when we did, it was as if we pressed pause and then continued the conversation. We both knew life got filled with other priorities like family, passions, and longings, but we were genuinely interested in each other's lives and celebrated that. I appreciated that about him. Celeste, Reese, Bo, Mia, and the rest of the family, I am so sorry. His life with you was taken far too soon. And the loss of someone like Larry leaves a hole that words can't fill. But from what I believe in my own heart and know to be true, I hold on to hope. Hope that love like Larry's doesn't simply disappear. Hope that the joy he brought, that laugh, that smile, that generous spirit somehow echoes on. Hope that the pain you're feeling now is not the end of the story. But whatever you believe, I think we can all agree on this. Larry, Dad, mattered. He made people feel seen, brought love and laughter to their lives, and was there when it counted. That kind of person leaves a mark on the world that outlasts their years. Hold on to each other. Hold on to every memory, and hold on to the hope that love, real love, like Larry had for you and God for us, is stronger than any loss.
For more words of remembrance, I'd like to ask Dee Kubo Hokama to come up. She's a fellow classmate of Larry from Hawaiian Airlines.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see so many faces filled with bittersweet emotions today. Tears of sadness, smiles of comfort and encouragement for each other, and laughter over all the funny stories you remembered and shared, and lots of big hugs. Larry would be incredibly touched and maybe even a little embarrassed by all this attention. But we are here to honor, celebrate, and share the love that Larry so freely shared with us. My name is Dee, and I'm going to share a small piece of Larry's work life with you. It started 39 years ago on April 6, 1987. Going through the airline interview process, they usually ask if you're willing to relocate. Most of us answer yes because we want the job, not with the intention of actually moving. 4 weeks go by during training with no mention of relocating, and everyone's feeling pretty safe. Then a week before graduation, they give us the big news. You're all getting relocated. Yikes, we're like, oh no. 13 of us went to Seattle, and that's where Larry's Hawaiian Air journey began. Larry was based in Seattle for a few years before moving back to Honolulu, though not without a quick 1-month base assignment in San Francisco. I actually forgot about that brief detour until Celeste reminded me. She told me Larry just said he had the opportunity and wanted to check it out. Yep, that was Larry. He was like a mellow puppy, just curious, cruising around to see what was out there with an adventurous spirit. Living in Seattle back in 1987 was a completely different world compared to today. We didn't have cell phones or pagers. Calling home cost money because it was considered long distance. Some passengers flying to Hawaii honestly still thought people lived in grass shacks, and we had to deal with those awful smoking sections that polluted the entire cabin. We definitely have come a long way, but the reason I bring that up this time is because early on, not all of us had cars in Seattle, but Larry did. He was cool. He didn't just have any car. He had a cool car. He drove a 1974 maroon BMW 2002 series with a sunroof. Who has a sunroof in 1987? I don't know, but Larry did. It was super cool. He also had a CD player system in his room with speakers, back when most of us were just listening to cassette tapes. As humble as Larry was, he definitely enjoyed fancy, cool things. Larry was a thoughtful, fun, relaxed roommate, always moving at his own speed, if you guys know what I mean, with absolutely no sense of urgency. He just cruised. He was always just cruising. He seemed unassuming, yet in his quiet way, he was incredibly attentive to others and the world around him. We shared a 3-bedroom place with just the two of us. And Larry, being such a nice guy, he would occasionally bring home non-rev passengers who had been bumped off an overbooked flight. This was like back in the day. You never even knew the loads, and it was crazy. Hawaiian Air was really crazy. So it was usually parents of college students that lived in the Pacific Northwest area. And it wasn't maybe sometimes one person. It could have been like mom and dad. And even a few times he brought the whole family home. I would be sleeping, I'd get up, I'm like, who's all these people? And then, oh yeah, they didn't have a place to stay, so they're gonna stay till tomorrow. I'm like, okay, Larry's over there cooking, doing whatever. Yeah, that was Larry. It was like, he's always an adventure. Like, you never knew what was gonna happen. We also had coworkers moving from San Francisco to Seattle without a place to stay. Again, Larry invited them to stay with us for a few months. He barely knew these guys and just offered up the room. He easily found a place in his heart and a place in our house for everyone. Larry had an adventurous spirit and was always up for anything. In the summers, he played tennis and biked, and he skied in the winters. He had many road trips to just about anywhere with his Beamer. He enjoyed sporting events from baseball to horse racing, and he loved music, attending numerous big and small concerts and county fairs. Honestly, I can't remember Larry ever watching TV. It was just his CD player and speakers playing jazz or rock music throughout our whole house, because he had a super cool system whenever he was home, and he hardly was home. In his years traveling the world, Larry made a lasting impression on so many people. I want to share words from coworkers of the man in disguise, traveling the world, pretending to be a flight attendant with Hawaiian Airlines. Larry played that role pretty well. He was a true stewardess man. That's what they called men flight attendants back in 1987. They never knew the word flight attendant. It was just stewardess, right? So the guys were called stewardess man. So that's what Larry was. Anyway, classmates shared these words or memories about Larry. Stacy said Larry was one of the kindest persons she knew. Chrissy said he was always smiling, and Laurel simply described him as lovable. Mitch Moran called him slick, and Jana remembered him as stylish and funny. Belle, who's also Filipino, called Larry a hip tata. Ka'ali wrote, grateful, humble, and appreciative. He was also a roommate of Larry's and shared that past Thanksgiving, Larry sent him a text thanking him for taking care of him while they were roommates in Seattle. Cindy wrote cool. Kimmy described Larry as pleasant, and Mitch Hayes said Larry was smooth. Mike Willis texted that he deeply appreciated Larry's commitment to his family and added, I'll miss Larry's easygoing aura and smile. Alyssa described Larry as joyful, and George said the song, Don't Worry, Be Happy, reminds him the most of Larry. Billy Among said chill, and Jamie said relaxed, adding, We're gonna miss you, bro, and the pleasant vibes whenever we work together. Denise Nolan, who was Larry's carpool buddy from Manoa, replied that he was kind-hearted, positive, jovial, devoted, fun-loving, and deeply cherished. And in capital letters, she also wrote rascal. Yeah, Larry was pretty rascal. He made everybody laugh, right? Tracy, who was based in Seattle with Larry, said, I'll remember Larry as always being kind and chill. In my last conversation with him, he shared how much he loved his grandchildren and how much he looked forward to spending time with them. She also said Larry was one of the coolest guys that she ever met. Sorry. And if this was Larry up here, this wouldn't be water. Just letting you guys know. Not just joking, just joking. Anyway, I'm not joking. Thanks, Reese. Darren, who was based in Seattle with Larry, shared, Larry was easy to talk to, very chill and always up for exploring something new. I always enjoyed hanging out with him. He introduced me to some jazz fusion groups that actually shaped my sound and how I currently play my saxophone. Larry never played any musical instruments. But anyway, those groups weren't even on my radar, Darren said. That's Larry's gift to me, and I carry that every time I play. Willie Cabillas was Larry's Seattle buddy. He sent a text saying Larry was his cycling enthusiast, his tennis partner, and his ski bud. Those guys did everything together, like crazy kind, skiing, cycling, everything in Seattle. But Willie described Larry as being compassionate and a great friend. Denise Tanner said Larry was easygoing. She said, I loved to fly with him because he didn't trip out on the little things we have to deal with every day. He was very grounded. She also fondly remembers the 98 Rock sticker that he used to have on his car. Jason Tom replied, chill, in capital letters, because Larry was pretty chill. Jason said nothing ever bothered the guy. I asked Jason, not Cookie Monster, because Larry loved cookies. And Jason bakes yummy cookies and brings them to work all the time. But Jason said no, Larry would always save his cookie and take it home for Celeste. Lotus wrote, Larry was a special friend. He always took the time to care, to make sure I was okay. He took that extra step to make you feel safe or make sure you were never left out. He was kind, patient, and incredibly calm in any situation. He was genuine. Larry was consistent. He never wavered. And she added, I miss my friend. Val Brashures wrote, Merci beaucoup, Larry, for being a sport and coming with me to stroll the coast of Sydney for 3 hours in slippers under the soaking rain. You're a true gentleman, and I love you. Shelley Owaya responded, Larry was a great person to be around. He was good-natured and a true friend. I got this one from Trudy Asada. She sent in suave, S-U-A-V-E, all in capital letters, along with the meaning. Thanks, Trudy. The meaning said, sophisticated, urban, cosmopolitan, worldly, smooth, gracious, nonchalant, courteous, polite, charming, agreeable, diplomatic, cultivated, and well-bred. Larry was pretty much all of those things. Yunsun Brown shared, Larry was very humble and generous. He listened and gave me good advice. His sense of humor brought on laughter when I was under stress at work. I'm going to miss him very much. And Kerry Amazaki said Larry was very fun-loving. Jan Suzumoto, who was Larry's recurrent bid buddy, wrote to me and said, Hakuna Matata. That was the word that describes Larry to her. She said Larry truly had a way of making you feel happy. He wanted everyone to genuinely not worry about the small stuff, and he wanted us to enjoy each other in the moments we have together. She also said he will be deeply missed. And last year, a group of us bid together we kind of did that here and there. We would all kind of bid together and do a Japan or whatever, something fun. And this one we went to Seattle and we went to watch the Mariners versus the Yankees, a baseball game. It actually was the last time that this group, we all flew together. But we, had so much fun. And the group consisted of Taito, who wrote, "Larry, I truly enjoyed watching the Mariners game with you and getting to know you. I will miss you." Kevin said Larry was loyal, loving, and wise. And he noted that Larry never failed to send him a hilarious GIF on his birthday. I think if you were, Larry sent everyone a birthday something, right? Like something funny. And yeah, he was just like that. Anyway, Jamie described Larry in one word, because Jamie only says one word, and it was adventurous. And Miley called him patient. Jen said, Larry was fun to be around. If you saw Larry Farinas on your crew, you know you were going to have a great layover. She said once on a Sydney layover, Kat, her, and Larry were in search of margaritas, walking all over the city. Jen said, as I think about this memory, I hear his voice, which is Larry's voice, so clearly saying, let's try go here, let's go check him out. And that was Larry. He always wanted to go check it out. It was always an adventure with Larry. She said he had this unexplainable wild energy, but was also very calm at the same time. He definitely was a one of a kind, and I'm going to miss him and all his adventures. And yes, they found the margaritas after all of that walking. Kat Daya agreed with Jen, saying, just seeing his name on the crew, I knew it would be fun and an easy flight. She also described Larry as kind-hearted. We had a great time on that trip, a great memory for sure. By the way, the Mariners won, and Larry, Taito, and I were so happy because the rest were Yankee fans. Honestly, those are only a few stories of so many great adventures and layovers with Larry. When we applied for this job as a flight attendant, most of us probably wrote, I love people, because that's what you say, right? I love people, I want to be around people. I'm not sure if that's entirely true for everyone, but honestly, I think it was 100% true for Larry. He was kind in his service to passengers, as well as his crew members and so many others everywhere. We miss you, Larry. 39 years of friendship was cut short. Wasn't ready for you to leave, but we have no control. You lived a good life. You taught us how to slow down and enjoy. Life goes on, but it's not the same without you. Thank you for all the fond and cherished memories. You're forever in our hearts with so much gratitude. And as we say at Hawaiian, a hui ho. Cheers to you, Lar. Love you.
Thank you, Dee. That just reminds me of a quick story when Larry asked me to help him move from Country Club Village. And before one box was even lifted, he comes and tells me, come over here. He hands me a Heineken. He's like, okay, let's have a drink before we get started. He really did change the way I think. We will now have a message and musical tribute performed by Kahu Ken.
I got a paper just like everybody else, but I decided, nah. Can I come in the front here? You saw these bushes over here? Unreal. Well, it brought me back because I like writing songs. And one day, Kamehameha Schools asked me to go write them a song. And they plopped me in the middle of nowhere. So, you know where Hawaii Volcano National Park? Anyway, about that on Mauna Loa is one of their big properties called Keoho. Not the one in Kona, but the one between Puna and Ka'u area. And so I went up there, and they just dumped me off. And for the first 5 minutes, I was looking around going, what the heck am I doing here? But they wouldn't come back. And 2 hours later, I'm walking around and still full of myself, right? Because I'm wondering, how am I going to write a song about bushes? And then 4 hours later, I let myself go. And then the song came really easy. And what these bushes remind me of, which is what I wrote about, is if you ever go in the bushes, there's not only bushes, there might be only one tree over here. That's like somebody who wants to live by themselves. And then you get a pocket of different kind trees and flowers and junk. And that's like a country little town. And then you get bushes like this, like Honolulu. But the thing about what this represents and what I'm trying to get at is that none of those bushes squished each other. You notice that they're all different, but they all live together. They all suck the same dirt and all this kind of stuff. And that's what this reminds me of. It reminds me of all of us because I was telling the funeral director over there because he's getting bored. So I had to cheer him up. And I said, I thought I came to Larry's funeral and he's Filipino, but I think he get plenty Portuguese friends because they were talking plenty today. But they all love him. You know, it doesn't matter who you are and what you are. I was born and raised on the Big Island. My mom's from Ka'u, way down south, and my dad is from Puna. And that's like total country. And so my mom is from a plantation community. And so she's half Hawaiian and half Chinese. And my grandfather, my Chinese grandfather, was hired in Ka'u, but then they loaned him to Ola'a, which is in Puna area. And you know, they uprooted my whole family and put them in camps because they always had camps. Plantations had camps. But the guys who were in control didn't look like us. They were kind of different. They were lighter skinned. And so they put my Chinese Hawaiian family into a Japanese camp because Chinese, Japanese, I don't know how, you guys all look the same to me, right? And so my mother grew up in a Japanese camp. And they were right next door to all these people. And you know, when they go bocha, the guys wear a little thing. Sometimes they don't wear nothing, and then they go into the onsen or something. But my mom grew up in that situation, and the next door neighbors, the kids she played with, became her best friends. But then they started having kids, and those kids became my cousins. And then our kids became cousins too. And our kids' kids became my godkids. And that's what the bushes, that Larry's stuff reminds me of, is that we're just such a full community, that we're all together in this whole mess, and that as a community, we have to stay together. Because I can hear Larry talking to me because his wife and her kids forced me to meet with them. Yes, you guys did. Because they wanted me to know what he was like and what he was. And I thought, I'd cute this family, you know? But they remind me of my Japanese family that I grew up with. Unbelievable. You guys ever heard of tents? You know what tents are? Well, because I'm from the Big Island, I know you're wondering, where is this guy going? On the Big Island, when we go camping, you only bring some little thing to cover you. You stay for 2-3 weeks, and you don't bring any food because you catch them, either from the water or from, if you're lucky enough to go hunting, But when I moved to Honolulu, and I met some people, and they became my friends, and the first thing they said was, hey, let's go camping. I was so excited because I love camping, because I grew up camping. And then they said, we're going to go to this special place. I went, oh, gosh, I love special places. And it was a place called Bellows. And so I thought, oh, wow, kind of cool name, Bellows. And so I ride in the car, and they take me to the thing. You got to go through this guard shack thing. And then they park by this building. And I said, oh, you got to go make shishi. And they said, no, this is the camp. I went, what camp? This is our house. And they go, no, this is where we camp. And so I said, whatever. So we take out all the stuff and put it in a house. That's not camping. And then we all go swimming and then come afternoon, and my friends leave with the car. And I'm going, where are you going? What happened? A couple hours later, they come back. And I said, where'd you guys go? They said, oh, we went home to go take a bath and then come back. I go, hey, this is Honolulu camping. I mean, you guys nuts. Getting back to tents. You see, when I grew up, tent was like you just you cut bushes down, you cut like coconut leaves, and then you put them against the side, and then you all run underneath, make like, it's fun, but they're supposed to be temporary. They're not supposed to be buildings where you live, they're temporary. So what I'm trying to get at is, you see these bodies of ours, they're tents. They're not supposed to be like stone. They're not supposed to last forever and ever. They were meant for us to hang out for a little while on this earth. But this is just a temporary place for our eternal life. And so we keep thinking physically we're supposed to take care of ourselves. And the funny thing is, I know Japanese, they like taking care of themselves because, what's the name of that place? Shirokias. They like all the kind of like the gunk you put on the face. And then women like to wear magic in the hair so make them look like they don't want to wait here. Like guys, we don't care, but women, whatever. But these bodies and all of it is going to waste away. Guarantee, if you Google, you're going to find out that 0 people live. We all have a lifespan. Some shorter, some longer. We don't make a determination on life. But what we have to remember is that we are spiritual people. That's why we can get along. That's why you and me, I don't know what bushes you are. I mean, maybe you guys are the Maka-Aryan, somebody is, whatever. But we all get along, and we all take care of each other. And so as we take care of each other on this earth, what I hear is this gentleman that I remember because I'm still platinum, but they don't call it platinum anymore. They call it gold. They would put me down, in Hawaiian. Yeah, I hate that part. Whatever. I'm still flying. But the thing is, after a while, you see the same people, right? Like I like to go on the Seattle run, the JFK run, and wherever else, and I see the same people on the same plane all the time. And you all become friends. And that's the same thing I was talking about my mom. They were forced into a camp, and they became neighbors. And then neighbors become friends, and friends become family. And then you start taking care of each other because there is no difference between you. And that's what this stuff reminds me of. There is no difference. We just all live together. Some people just want to grow taller than each other because they like show off. But no make a difference. We're still part of the same community. So I want to do this musical tribute, but I forgot what song you wanted me to play because I was yakking so much. But that's okay, the other people did that too. But, Celeste, you know, when I was hearing you talk about Larry, I said, why play somebody else's song? You need your own. So I decided I'm going to write you one song. You were the smile that greeted me, the one who made life easy to see. You were the laughter in our home, the faithful heart I've always known. You held me close through passing years and gently dried away my tears. You gave me more than words can say, and I still love you every day because you are the one who calms my soul, and you are the one who makes me home. You are the constant in my life, 'cause you are the one, you are the one I love. Oh, you are the one who carried me, and you are the one who cared for me. You are my partner through it all, 'cause you are the one, you are the one, you are the one I love. You are the one I love. God bless you folks. Amen.
Okay, now Reese is gonna come up. He also composed a song while he was sitting there, and I think he's gonna perform it. But really, he's gonna give words of appreciation from the family. Reese Farinas, eldest son of Larry Farinas. Thank you. Aloha.
For those of you I haven't had the pleasure of meeting yet, my name is Reese, Larry's first son. I want to do something real fast before I give thanks. So before I give thanks, can we all take like a video while I'm on stage up here? So what we're going to do, I'm going to count to 3, and everybody say, "We love you, Larry." And then let's just shout, like wake them up. All right? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you. I wasn't sure if that was going to work. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. Thank you for your love and comfort during this difficult time. But most importantly, thank you for making my dad's life full, really full. He would have loved to see you all today. Not because we're celebrating him, but because he loved to connect with the people in his life, with each and every one of you. I always remember at parties, my dad would be buzzing around the room, catching up with everyone. If ever you were at the same party, and let's say you left your chair, it was at risk of getting swooped up by my dad. He would work the room. It's like move your feet, lose your seat. It's just that he so looked forward to reconnecting with everyone. I would notice him laughing, like loud. And he would be at another table every time I looked up, seeing everybody again. But my dad, he just wanted to know how you're doing. He wanted to make sure you were healthy. But really, what he really wanted to do was to continue the conversation you were having the last time you saw each other. I know my dad considered himself very fortunate, but really, he was rich. He was a rich man. My words, not his words. He was rich because his life was full, because his heart was full, because his life came to fruition. He had his big family that loved him, and he loved us back. He had his soulmate. He had his kids, his grandbabies, his doggies, his black car, his traveling, his Boston's pizza and his cold beer, and his full head of hair. I'm not joking. He would tell me all the time how fortunate he felt to still have all his hair. That's why he wouldn't cut it. It's true. My dad, he was unbothered and flexible because things always went his way. Because that's the energy he attracted. It was. The grass was always greener on his side. The grass was always greener on his side. I think that's why he was so generous with his time, generous with the people around him. He had for want of nothing. It's sad that we have to meet again like this. My dad would be so excited to see everyone here. So the next time you're driving down Baratania, please stop by and visit us at the flower shop. You don't even need to bring pastries. But if you do, it's not like we're gonna say no. Like, don't bring Korean sushi, don't bring manapua, just don't bring it. The worst is donuts. It's not my favorite. But it's been really, really nice to hear all the stories about my dad, especially the funny ones. Sometimes I forget my dad is gone. I do. My brain just thinks it's like he's just away on a trip, and he'll casually walk back through the door. Hey, Reese. And I wish he could just come back home. My mom and I were joking the other day. We wouldn't even need an explanation like how he came back. We would just accept the magic. But from this loss, from this deep loss, so too can blossom a new lease on life. Maybe with those we still get to go home to. A renewed energy, renewed kindness, and a renewed sense of purpose. And maybe, just maybe, it can be a purpose like my dad's, to give more to this world than he took. Thank you.
And now for the closing prayer, I'd like to call upon Kahu Ken.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. I love these bushes. Receive now the benediction. Merciful God, we thank you for your word, which is a lamp unto our feet and a light unto our path. We thank you especially for this time of our grief, but we are never left to ourselves. We have the light of your promise to sustain and to comfort us. So in faith in your great mercy and in your great wisdom, we entrust Larry Farinas into your eternal care. We praise you for your steadfast love for him all the days of his earthly life. And we thank you for all that he was and is still to us who love him. So, Holy One, let your servant go in peace, for your word has been fulfilled and our eyes have seen salvation. Na Yehovah oe ho mai ka imai. Ai malama mai. Na Yehovah kau mai ka malama lama o kona makamalu nei ho. Ai loko mai ka imai ya oe. Na Yehovah e maliu mai ya oe. A e haawi mai malunu. The Lord bless you and the Lord keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. The Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace, now and forevermore. I mawaku ka loko mai kai o ka hako Yesu Kristo. A me kia laho kia kua. A me ka launa puana me ka uhane he molele mi au ko pa kahia pau. Amene, amene, amene.
That concludes the service. Thank you all for attending. The family will be available for visitation right after we conclude this service. And thank you all for attending. Oh, yes. And there's food going to be served up in the social hall on the second floor. So please partake. Thank you very much.
You guys can play some more.
Yeah, we're doing the second visit.
I love it.
Although you were amazing.
I was nothing. I wasn't putting away all my stuff.
You're all nothing but something.
was blind. I put my glasses up here.
Oh, okay. I know. I was wondering, hey, did stuff over here.
Hey, wait, Trisha, you first or me?
No, you.
You going 1 and 1 or 2 and 2?
2 and 2, and then the rest is you. Hi, you like trying to do that?
Maybe I'll try this one then. It's a good, appropriate one. I'm not gonna take up these
Right?
glasses
You know
again.
that song? I don't know this song.
Can I do the new?
Okay.
Well, unless you, well, I don't know. I'm sailing away, set an open course for the virgin seas. I got to be free, free to face the life that's ahead of me. On board, I'm the captain, so climb aboard. We can search for tomorrow on every shore, but we'll try, oh Lord, we'll try to carry on. I look to the sea, reflections on the waves spark my memory. Some happy, some sad. I think of childhood friends and the dreams we had. We live happy forever, so the story goes. But somehow we miss out on that pot of gold. But we'll try as best as we can to carry on. A gathering of angels appeared above my head. They sang to me the song of hope, and this is what they said. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Can you try that one? Can you do it? Or should we do one sweet day?
Just continue. No, don't. When I am down and oh my
my soul so weary. When troubles come and my heart burden be, and I am still betrayed here in the silence until you come and wait a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I am on your shoulders. You raise me up to more than I can be. Raise me up to more than I can be.
Oh, you can tell. I'm gonna do. I'm gonna guitar.
I guess I'll just follow you.
There's a peace I've come to know. Though my heart and flesh may fail, there's an anchor for my soul. I can say it is well. Jesus has overcome, and the grave There's a day that's drawing near when this darkness breaks to light and the shadows disappear, and my faith shall be my eyes. Jesus has overcome. When he calls my name, no more sorrow, no more pain. I will rise on eagle's wings before my God, fall on my knees. You gotta gradually get out of that.
Sorry, I never told you all I wanted to say. Now it's too late to hold you, 'cause you're far away, so far away. Heaven.
Had I imagined living without your smile, feeling, knowing you hear me, it keeps me alive,
And I know you're shining down on me from heaven, like so many friends we've lost along the way. And I know eventually we'll be together once each day. Yeah, yeah. Darling, I never showed you,
never showed you.
assumed you'd always be there.
Always be.
And I took your present for granted, but I always care, and I miss the love we shared. I know you're shining down on me from heaven, like so many friends we've lost along the way. And I know eventually we'll be together one sweet day. Although the sun will never shine, always the
When I lay it down to sleep, you will always listen as I pray. Eventually from heaven,
like so many friends we've lost along the way. And I know eventually we'll be together
one sweet day. I'll be eventually. I know
I never expected to end in F. Got lost in the team.
Oh man. Oh, that's a long line, man. After that, it's just adding.
Yeah, I might run out of salt.
I'm making you tell too. Where do you guys pay this? Oh, he paid for all of it.
actually just relatives too, yeah. So we're relatives of Celeste, so cousins. Yeah, we're Nakamoto's.
So we just had a gathering with him. Oh, I love this song.
You with your sad eyes. Don't be discouraged, 'cause I realize ought to take courage in a world of people. You can lose sight of it, all the darkness inside of you makes me feel so small.
Show me a smile then. Don't be unhappy. Can't remember when I last saw you laughing. If this world makes you crazy and you've taken all you can bear, just call me up, 'cause I will always be there.
And I see your true colors shining through. And I see your true colors. I love you, so don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, true colors, beautiful like a rainbow. Can't remember when I saw you laughing. This world makes you crazy, and you've taken all you can bear. Just call me up, I will always be there. And I see your true colors shining through. See your true colors, that's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show true colors, true colors, beautiful like the rain.
That's Matt's. I can knock on the door, see if anyone.
Don't go changing to try to please me. You never put me down before. Don't imagine too familiar. I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. Take the good times, take the bad times, take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion, change the color of your hair. Always have my unspoken passion, although I might not seem to care. I don't want clever conversation, never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. Need to know that you will always be same old someone that I knew. Oh, what will it take for you to believe in me? Way that I believe in you. I said I love you, and that's forever. And this I promise from the start. I couldn't love you any better. I love you just the way you are. I don't want clever conversation. I never want to work that hard. I just want someone that I can talk to. I want you just the way you are. I said I love you, that's forever. This I promise from the start. I couldn't love you any better. I love you just the way you are.